everyone, welcome. Hey everyone, welcome to today's Program Yourself Thin podcast. Today we're talking about who would you be without the weight loss struggle? This is a question I really want to urge you to consider, and it's best to consider it in a quiet place where you can really think about it, because you have probably been struggling with your weight for as long as you can remember, and it has probably become a core part of your identity. So the idea that you're going to become this person who no longer struggles with your weight, while it's very appealing and you want it, it's also disorienting and, to be honest, a little terrifying to your subconscious mind, because it's this new reality that you don't know. So it's helpful to start proceeding that process by asking the question, who would I be without the weight loss struggle? Who would I be if I was in control of my weight comfortably? If I had mastered my weight so that I was able to live at the exact weight I wanted to for the rest of my life, without having to give up my favorite foods, without having to diet, without having to struggle for the rest of my life, I was able to figure it out and I mastered it. I became a naturally thin, healthy person. How would that feel? How would that impact my relationships? How would that impact how I thought of myself? How would that impact my work and other areas of my life that are really important? Who would I be? What would I talk about? What would I think about if I didn't have to think and worry about the weight loss and the food and the dieting? What would I do with my time and my energy and my focus? I love this question, because what it does is it prepares you for that reality. Because if you don't prepare yourself for that reality, there's a very good chance that what's going to happen is subconsciously you're scared of it. You're terrified of it, because our brain is scared of unknown things. And so while you may not like the extra weight, you're familiar with it. And that means you're somewhat comfortable with it, because you know how to be an overweight person in the world. You may not like it, but you know how to be that person. And so as you start to shift and transform into this version of you who has mastered your weight, who no longer needs to struggle, it's an identity shift. You become a new version of yourself. You become a new person, and you have to work with that. You've got to acknowledge that that process is going on and manage it, because otherwise you're going to get closer to that goal and you're going to freak out because it's an unknown. And there's a saying that people prefer a known hell to an unknown heaven. I think it's very true when it comes to weight loss. So you want to proceed this process and prepare yourself for this identity shift by asking the question, who will I be as a person who has mastered their weight? What will that feel like? And start to internalize that and prepare yourself to be that person. Start to become more familiar with being a person who has truly mastered their weight and no longer struggles. It's a wonderful mindset exercise to do that really does help you achieve the results you deserve and that you're capable of. So give this a little bit of time, and I think you're going to find that it's a very, very powerful exercise. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them, and build on that. Here we are on a Friday, fired up. Fridays are just the best. I love my work and stuff, but it's like Fridays, man, it's beautiful out. It's good times. Good times. I hope everyone else is having a good time. This week may have been a little challenging for you. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. I just love my life. I get to do what I really love doing. And I get to see things from a different angle, I suppose, And so I know for some people this week may have been a little bit challenging because you may got thrown off course by Mother's Day, And it's not just Mother's Day. I don't know. I'm not saying everyone does this, but if you live in a place where you have like seasons, as spring approaches, it's just, man, what a difference. Like all of a sudden you see green again, life and all this stuff growing. So that's kind of fun too. But sometimes you have Mother's Day and then this kind of culture, I don't know what you call it, seasonal excitement, because it's like more fun, nicer season coming up. Maybe you're excited about the summertime, whatever. And things like that can impact your eating, believe it or not. And so, sometimes Mother's Day might have thrown you off track and you might find it harder to get back on track. It's normal for most people that aren't in Program Yourself Thin. So I try and, you honor that and you recognize it and you work with it. But so, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes people, I know we're struggling a little bit this week, but it's not unusual. I think it's good to recognize it rather than beat yourself up about it, if that is the case. What's up, Chuck? Visualization while looking in the mirror was extremely helpful for me. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Visualization's wonderful. I'm a big fan of it. Although I will tell you, I think visualization really is second place to I don't know what the word is for this, but what's visualization, right? Basically, visualization is visual hallucination to some degree, right? You're hallucinating a visual idea in your mind of something you want. And so we know about visualization, and I believe in it. I like visualization, but I find auditory hallucinations and changing your internal dialogue is almost even more important, because a lot of the times that the way we think all day long is primarily this subvocalization, this auditory all day long. We're talking to ourselves. And yes, what we say to ourselves creates images in our mind. We're basically living in a movie all day long up in our heads with what we're saying to ourselves and what we're visually imagining. And that creates feelings in us. So yes, visualizing and imagining your body look in a certain way is very effective. Imagining saying nicer things to yourself and successful things like, wow, we did it. I love feeling good. I feel amazing. I feel lighter. I feel more energized. I feel stronger. I love how I look. I love how I feel. I love how I eat. I love fruit. You know what I mean? Like, so that's auditory hallucination. And then to some degree, kinesthetic hallucination. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but kinesthetic hallucination is, how will I feel? You know, how do I want to feel? I want to feel light. I want to feel proud. I want to feel confident. I want to hold my shoulders up. I want to, feel powerful and strong. What do you want to feel? And so as you start hallucinating all of those things, the visual, auditory, and kinesthetics of your goal, it starts to become more meaningful to you. And that's one of the biggest challenges people have. What a lot of people do, dieters, is they put the goal somewhere in the future and they're very disconnected from it. They're very disassociated from it. And so, and this is my problem with visualization. And I like visualization, but I think sometimes people just do the visualization piece. We want to do all of those pieces that I just mentioned, because if we just do the visualization piece, it kind of feels like this disassociated thing on the outside. So in order to bring that idea, that goal we want to achieve closer to us so it's more meaningful, again, we want to internalize it. What am I going to say to myself? What am I going to feel? What am I going to see when I'm at my goal weight? And so the more we do that, the more meaning we give it, the more we connect to it, and the more motivation we generate for it. We start to jazz ourselves up with it, but yeah, visualization is wonderful. Anything we do that puts our headspace into the goal is very, very effective, because that allows us to kind of build the muscles to make it a reality. You have to practice being the weight you want to be. You have to practice being the person you want to be. You can't just make a decision to be the person you want to be, and the next day you're that person. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, visualization and all the other hallucinations are very helpful to do that. I got planes. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's my biggest challenge in life is I record hypnosis sessions all day, and it's like I got fucking planes. We got like a little airport near me, and it's like them little shitbox planes, and they always fly so low and they sound like lawnmowers in the sky. And then I get cars. I have a road there on the back. Who cares? What's up, musical girl, New York City? Behaviors of thin people are so different from mine. My thin coworkers forget it's lunchtime. They don't eat M&Ms at their desk. Yeah, it's true. Thin and healthy people think, feel, and live and eat differently than overweight people. Not a judgment. It's just the truth. And I don't think it's ever really thought about that way. And I think that's the biggest mistake dieters make is you think you just need to force yourself to act differently. And that's not enough. You have got to train yourself to think differently, to feel different, to live different, and to obviously eat differently as well. And that's the secret. And so, oh shit, that sounds like too much. Well, I'll tell you what's too much. You want to know what's too much? Is dieting for 30, 40 years and not losing any weight. That's too much for me. I'd rather commit to something for a year or two, master it, and then move on to the next thing, And that's how mastery works. I mean, you always have to keep an eye on it forever, but I did most of the heavy lifting with my weight stuff 30 years ago. And I did 80% of the work 30 years ago in the first year or two. And now, you know what I mean? I'm more coasting. It's just like brushing your teeth. It was real hard when you first started doing it. And now you just do it on autopilot. Reading and writing. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass to learn that. It took years, but now you just do it on autopilot. And everything's like that in your life, but not dieting. Dieting's not like that. Dieting is a forever stress and struggle and strain of you fighting against yourself. It's horse shit strategy. Horse shit. Yeah. Let's see. I saw someone's write something. What's up, Jenny? I talk to myself out loud in my car. It's been a game changer. That's great. Yeah. That's a funny thing to do too, because when you start talking out loud, you become more aware of your internal dialogue. This is one of those things that I always have to remind myself, because I've been, When I learned about the internal dialogue 30 years ago, it was absolutely profound, game changing for me. I was not aware of my internal dialogue. You know that your internal dialogue, some people don't even know this. So I guess let me take a step back. You talk to yourself all day long. And what you say to yourself is literally, it's the auditory coding of your behavior. It's like a computer code for how you behave and the results you're getting. You are literally constantly, let me frame it a different way, that your inner voice is like a hypnotist, and it is hypnotizing you day in and day out to get the results you're getting. This is why I say, even as a dieter, you get the shittiest internal dialogue. And what you're saying to yourself constantly is literally the main problem that's keeping you stuck overweight. And so once you start talking to yourself out loud, one of the best parts of that is that you start to become very aware of what you say to yourself, and you'll probably be more or less likely to say the mean shit you say to yourself that you whisper to yourself all day long. You know, you're very mean to yourself. I promise you this. You're meaner to yourself than you are to anyone else. You make yourself feel bad. You're hard on yourself. You know what I mean? You're unempathetic and you're just mean to yourself because you think that that's going to force you to do the right thing. And instead it makes you feel so shitty. It ends up leading you right straight to the food. So how you talk to yourself, that to me, program yourself thin is literally, how do I change how I'm talking to myself? The program yourself thin, the primary programming we focus on is what you're saying to yourself, you know, and what you're thinking day in and day out, because that's dictating your weight. So when you start talking to yourself in the car out loud, I think that's a wonderful exercise to really develop even more awareness and better strategies of better things to say to yourself. What's up, Connie? How's it going? So yeah, talking to yourself is a good one, I think. I talk to myself all the time out loud. I talk to myself constantly. We all do, you know, but I do it out loud too. Yeah, you're so handsome. Are you married? Thank you. I am married. Been with the same woman for, holy shit. 34 years? Holy shit. It's a long time, and that makes me old. What's up, Hannah? How can I tell myself that losing weight and feeling better is more important to me than that meal? Okay, here's the big mistake you're making. How can I tell myself that losing weight and feeling better is more important to me than that meal? Well, you just say it to yourself, but then you're not going to believe it because you don't believe it. So this is the starting point of all success, in my opinion, is to stop bullshitting yourself. At this point here, you don't believe that. You don't believe that losing weight and feeling better is more important to you than that meal. You don't believe it. And you can't just believe it. You can't just, oh, well, now I'm going to believe this. It doesn't work that way. That's why I try to tell all you dieters, it doesn't work that way. And that's what you think. Oh, now it's Monday, and now my diet and my weight is the most important thing in the world. It hasn't been for 30 years, but now today it is. Oh, yeah, why? Why? You know what I mean? It's silly. So I get what you're saying, though, Hannah. I'm making a joke of it a little bit, but yeah, how do you get to a place where you actually believe? See, I would again, if you ever listen to me, I'm very big on semantics and very, very specific language. Okay. Because again, obviously, how can I tell myself that losing weight and feeling better is more important? I was kind of joking that's easy. You just tell yourself, but that's not really what you mean. What you really mean is, how can I actually believe? How can I feel that losing weight and feeling better is more important to me than the meal? Do you see the difference there? This is important. Because the saying it and telling yourself is one thing, believing it's a whole other thing. So how do you believe it? How do you believe it's more important? You've got to prove it to yourself. And you don't believe that right now. And in Program Yourself, then we use the magic question to get to this point. And the magic question is, do I even want to lose weight? I mean, really, do I really want to lose weight? And so that's the question I would suggest you begin asking yourself, Hannah. Because at first you're going to be like, well, I don't know. And then you're going to think about it. And you're going to, if you really think about it, genuinely, if you ask that question yourself, do I really want to lose weight genuinely? And you take a step back and you say, do I? Do I? Because what you're all doing, the big mistake you're all making, you are just assuming that the answer to that question is, well, fuck, of course I want to. Of course I want to lose weight, Jim. Jesus, what are we doing here? Of course I want to lose weight. No, of course you don't want to lose weight. Why do you think you're struggling to eat well and lose weight? Do you think it's because you can't? Is that what you think? Because I think it's that you don't really want to. And I think you don't really want to because exactly this reason here, that you don't really value it. You don't really value it that much. Not more than the food anyways. So how do you get to that point? It takes a bit of reflection. You know, it took me years of eating the wrong shit. And each time I ate the wrong thing, of saying, oof, how does this feel? I feel shitty. I feel mentally, I feel kind of down. Physically, I feel tired now. Emotionally, I feel frustrated and annoyed. I did this to myself. I don't like this. I really do want to eat better because I want to feel better. I want to be a better version of myself. I want to live in the light, as it were. And you have to keep reinforcing that, is what I'm trying to tell you. There is no magic phrase I could give you that does that for you. It's up to you to consistently. Zig Ziglar said this. I'm going to give some version of it. He used to say, people come up to me and say motivation doesn't last. He goes, well, neither does showers. That's why we recommend doing them every day, And so you have to learn how to maintain your motivation. You can't just expect that there's some magic thing that you're going to feel motivated one day and that's just how it's going to be forever. Your motivation is constantly ebbing and flowing. And so you have to consistently ask that question: is weight loss and health more important than the food? And you're going to find that a lot of times it's not at the beginning. And the goal is to make it more and more and more important as you keep moving down the process. But right now, you all don't think that. So the question I like to ask to get right to the heart of it is, do I even want to lose weight? And what happens if you keep asking yourself that question in a calm state where you're genuinely asking it, what's going to happen is you're going to come up with things like, yeah, I do, because it's going to make me feel so much better. I'm going to feel more free. I'm going to feel more calm. I'm going to be a better parent. I'm going to be a better worker. I'm going to be a better partner. Everything in my life is going to improve. I'll have freedom from all the bullshit that the food keeps bringing my way, And then you'll eat the wrong thing again. You say, do I really want to lose weight? Look what I just did. I do want to lose weight because I feel better. It's better. You know what I mean? It's that process over and over and over again. And at some point you kind of hit critical mass and you really believe it. And then you start eating better. But there's always the times when you're going to make mistakes as well. So I hope that helps you out, because that's a very important question you asked. Let's see here. Let's see. Oops. What's up, Beniamina? How's it going? I missed any questions. Goddamn TikTok app. Make it easier to see the questions. That's what I say. M Stars, food is not love. I kind of agree with that. I mean, again, I have a more nuanced idea of all that stuff, but it's a crazy world. Yeah, Hannah says, yes, thank you. Yeah, and don't be worried about it. Again, we're not trying to bullshit ourselves. You can't bullshit yourself. You're you. You can't, there's no bullshit in yourself. There's only clarifying. We can be mistaken, and so a lot of us start out and we think, oh, the food's the most enjoyable thing. Subconsciously anyways, right? Because you have a subconscious and a conscious mind. So we have to keep reminding ourselves, no. Being in control of the food. The food's not the most pleasure I can get out of life. The most pleasure is to eat that food moderately, but then to be able to have the weight and the health that I truly want to have. That's the sweet spot for me. And man, would life be amazing then? And you have to keep reinforcing that. Think about it. There's nonstop. I mean, literally, they estimate 10,000 ads a day we see now. 5,000, 6,000 has got to be food related, right? So you're getting a nonstop. I mean, your entire life, you're getting exposed to hundreds to thousands to 5,000s of ads every single day of your life for food. And how many ads a day are you getting for being the person you want to be, weighing what you want to weigh, feeling the way you want to feel? Fucking zero. That's why Program Yourself Thin, I feel like one piece of the program is the daily hypnosis sessions. They're 5-minute hypnosis sessions. And I look at them, they're like little mini commercials, reinforcing and reminding you and fixating on you how amazing it feels to be at the weight you want to be at, to have the health you want, to be the person you want to be. That's the ultimate pleasure. Okay. But you have no reinforcement system for that belief. So very important though. Tips on working on mindset. Yeah, I got tips coming out the wazoo with mindset. I mean, that's all I do. So to boil the tips down into something, I mean, the first tip I'll give you is to go to my bio and click the link at the hypnosis session and watch the video I made for you. It's a 20-minute video, but it'll give you an overview of everything I'm talking about. And I think that's a great place to start. It's all free. That's all free. And then I email you every day, kind of reinforcing all the things I show you. So tips on mindset. The big mindset thing I like to start with is, and I think this is the distinction between someone who's a dieter and someone who's a weight masterer, is that the time frame is different. So the time frame is different, and And also with that is the goal's different. So for most dieters, the main goal is I just want to lose weight. And for the weight master, the goal is I want to live at my goal weight. And this is a huge distinction to make, right? Because most dieters just, I just want to lose the weight. What happens then? I'll figure it out. Okay, maybe you will, maybe you won't. 95% of people don't. So that's not good odds, but you do you. The other side is that I want to live at my goal weight for the rest of my life on near autopilot. That's what I want. I want to live. I never want to have to fucking worry about this stuff ever again. I want to master my weight so that I not only live at the exact weight I want to be at, but I'm able to maintain it for the rest of my life comfortably, easily. That's what I want. I want to feel better. I want to not only lose weight, but I want to be at the weight I'm going to be at and be the person I want to be. I want to use my eating, my lifestyle, my success with mastering my weight, managing my weight to really be the foundation for me to be the best version of myself possible. That's what I want. So that's a tip on mindset, right? How are you framing the goal? Are you framing it like that? Or are you saying, oh, I just want to lose 50. I got to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to lose 40 pounds. Well, there's nothing there. There's nothing really there compared to what I just said. So again, we got to juice up our goal. We got to make it more meaningful. You know, and if you watch that video, it'll help you do that. Nay says, I want to lose 50 pounds in a short period. Join the club, right? Everyone wants to lose weight in a short period. But again, the more impatient we get and the shorter the period, because, you know, again, I want to lose 50 pounds in a short period. How do I do it? You didn't ask that. Maybe that's what you meant. How do I lose 50 pounds in a short period? Well, the way to lose the 50 pounds in the fastest way possible is just to completely stop eating and exercise and don't drink water and take laxatives. And that ought to do it. That's the fastest way. So there's your strategy. Now, as you could probably tell, there might be some issues with this strategy long term. But if all you care about is just losing 50 pounds, that's the fastest way to do it. Kamara says, I've struggled with weight loss my whole life. Despite help from experts, I always give in because of food. Any advice? You don't give up. You don't give in because of food as much as you give in because your mindset is not appropriate. You have an overweight diet or mindset, and you've been developing it your whole life. So the food is a symptom of a deeper problem. The deeper problem is your mindset. This is really important to understand, because if we think the food's the problem, well, you're always going to be around food, so you're fucked. You're never going to be able to fix that. It ain't the food. It's the mindset. And so once your mindset's shored up, we've got a rock solid mindset, you can be around the food and be fine. It may take a little while. You got to figure out how to do it. So I'm not sitting here saying it's a magic wand. But what I'm saying is the food is not the problem. The mindset is. Because they've been times they've been short lasted for you, but there have been times when you've been around the food and you ate fine. You were really focused, you were motivated, you were in the game and all the rest of it, but it did happen. So it's not the food. You could be around all the shittiest food and still master your weight if you have the right mindset and the right strategies. But big distinction. Right? M Stars for Life says, I crave sugar every time I get my period before 10 days. Yeah, that'll happen, but no need to cry. No cry face emoji with that. We just recognize it. We recognize it and go to work on minimizing the damage from that. So, it's a real problem when you start craving sugar before your period 10 days and you don't really realize it. And every 10 days before your period, you start binging on sugar. And you're like, oh my God, what's going on with me? But now you're a step ahead of the game because now you understand a bit of the pattern. So now you can start strategizing for it. And now you can anticipate 10 days before my period starts coming, my period's on the way, I start having sugar cravings. And so you can mitigate that. You can anticipate it. And now you can start to strategize to mitigate that. And I say mitigate, not meaning you're just going to stop eating sugar now. What I would do is I'd use a combo, Program Yourself. Then we have the 3 R's of weight loss: reduce, replace, remove. So the first thing I would do is I like sugar more during these times here. I'll make sure I got some apples and bananas or pears, whatever fruit you like. That's the first shift I'd like to make. I like to replace, eating the cookies and the bullshit sugar for some natural forms of sugar. That's the first thing I would do. Then I would work on drinking more water during this time. I would get some more sleep. I would eat some more healthier food. And, I'd still eat some sugar. I wouldn't take that off the plate right away, but I would look for a holistic, real strategy to deal with that. And so I think you're in the game now because at least you've put together 10 days before my period, sugar cravings go up. So now that you know that, again, this is why in Program Yourself then, oh, hey, Mandy, what's up? Oh, shit, Mandy. I'm glad you're here because I'll answer that question for you. You email me this. I don't know. I got good and bad weeks with email. What do you want? I'm like, I'm like a dieter with the fucking email. I swear I get caught up with email every other week. So I apologize, Mandy. I'm gonna get to you in 1 second with that answer though. But I just want to finish up. So again, awareness precedes change, where most dieters just want to stop doing whatever they think the problem is and program yourself. Then we develop awareness first. We understand the problem so that we can come up with more customized strategic solutions. Because again, the more insight and understanding you have about a problem, the more specific and strategic you can be with the solution you implement to resolve it. As opposed to dieting where you got one tool and one tool only, which is willpower. I'm just going to force myself not to eat sugar 10 days before. Okay, good luck with that. Let me know how it goes. So that would be what I would suggest. Music Girl says, I lost 85 pounds 2 years ago and put it back on again. Now I'm terrified of not being able to keep it off. Yeah, chorus, Musical Girl. Because it's funny. Someone was asking me yesterday, and I think she's here. I saw her, but she was asking me, how I come up with the all or something concept, but it's a simple thing that kind of came to me because I'm a hypnotist. So I understand the value of articulating goals in the positive sense. And so this goes right to the weight loss, right to the heart of weight loss. Why that mindset's so bad for most people is that most people think about weight loss in terms of just losing the weight. And for most of you, what's going to have happened is you have lost a considerable amount of weight, probably a couple times in your life. You've probably done some relatively extreme diet to lose a significant amount of weight 1, 2, 3 times and put the weight back on. And it is those things that are the most destructive, because what happens is exactly like you're saying, Musical Girl, you start to associate now that even losing weight feels like failure because you don't believe you can keep it off. And of course you can't keep it off because you've never learned how to keep it off. The diets are only focused on losing the weight. Which do you want? Which would you want? I got 2 pills. This pill allows you to lose weight. This pill allows you to live at your goal weight for the rest of your life. Which pill you taking? I gotta write that one down. Hold on a second. That's a good video. Which one would you take? Which one do you want? The one that makes you lose weight? It gets you to your goal weight, or the one that keeps you there? I know it's obvious, but how are you approaching your weight loss? What are you focusing on? I know the answer. Be honest with yourself. You're getting the exact results you're focusing on. So Musical Girl, you got to change the whole goal. It's not about losing weight anymore. It's about living at that number you want to live at, that body you want to live in, that version of you want to be. She said, I ate healthy food and cooked, but got back into binging on sugar. Yeah, of course. Because again, what most people do, most dieters, they trade the pleasure of the food for the pleasure of the scale going down. And once the scale stops going down, as you get closer at your goal weight, now where's your pleasure coming from? Oh, I'm at my goal weight. That's where the pleasure comes from, Jim. Oh yeah. Then why did 95% of people put the weight back on? Riddle me that. What's your reasoning for that? I'd love to know. I got lots of thoughts on it. What do you think? Why do you think people always put the weight back on? It's not their willpower. They had the willpower to do it. So it's not a willpower issue. It's not a plan issue, right? They did it with a plan. So what's the problem? So, and program yourself, then we start with maintenance. We start with, where do you want to live? What weight do you want to live at? Let's slowly and systematically create eating blueprint, a lifestyle blueprint, and a mindset blueprint that allow you to do that. So you need to know what to do that's customized to you, and you need to know how to get yourself to do it. So you got your blueprints, your weight mastery blueprints, and you've got the program yourself then technique, the redo rehearsal technique that allow you to do it. You know what to do, you know how to get yourself to do it. Right now, you don't know what to do and you don't know how to get yourself to do it. So what the fuck you all doing? I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know what you're doing. If you take a step back and reflect on what you're doing and what all the people around you are doing to lose weight, it's fucking goofy. It's goofiness level 10. Is it not? And it's goofy level 10 because you've been fucking doing this for decades and it doesn't work. And yet you keep on doing it. You keep doing the same thing. At what point does the keto plan work for you? At what point does the Weight Watchers plan work for you? And what is the difference? What's going to shift in you? What's going to change between right now and that magical Monday in the future where all of a sudden you're able to do a keto plan for the rest of your life? What changes? You'd have to let me know. What I mean is just today I had a lot of sugar just for my first day's period. Yeah, again, and periods are for if as a woman, if you're dealing with periods, it's gonna impact you. So you have to start paying attention to the association. And it's not just period, but for women, that's a huge one. I mean, you get this thing happening every month. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like it's just it's a fucking you up all over the month because you're either it's what's messing you up, or it's the anticipation of it, the effects there, the after effects. It's a thing. So you better start recognizing how it affects you and start working on ways to mitigate it, because you can't just ignore it. You're not gonna be able to be okay. That's what I mean. Like do whatever your diet plan is. And it doesn't matter, whatever, insert your fucking dumb diet plan. I don't care if it's keto, Weight Watchers. It doesn't matter. Take your pick. And it's an extreme plan that you have to be strict with, right? You're always going to follow the plan perfectly. But how are you going to follow it perfectly when you're going through this roller coaster ride all month? So it's like you're going through this roller coaster ride of cravings, of moods, of emotions, of energy levels, of focus, of all this stuff. You're going up and down, and yet you're supposed to behave exactly the same way the entire time. I don't know. I don't know. You'd have to explain to me how that works. Yeah, I'm taking fiber powder. It's helping. Fiber powder is better than no fiber powder, but real fruits and vegetables are way better than fiber powder, just so we all know. Erica, what's up, Erica? I have to constantly fight the desire to go fast. I'm losing it roughly a pound a week, but truly feel permanent changes happening. So it is much more satisfying than doing it quickly. I get it. I totally get this. Again, we have a natural built-in desire to be impatient, and then the diet industry is really capitalized on that and really conditioned us to be ultra impatient. But a lot of that's conditioning. Because again, I mean, like going through college, I was impatient, wanted to get the degree and all the rest of it. But it's like, it just is what it is. When I garden, I'm impatient. When I fix my grass in the fall, I'm impatient. I want to just grow, but I manage it. I manage my impatience. Y'all got to manage your impatience. If you don't manage your impatience, you're fucked. I mean, I don't know what you're going to do. I just don't know. Don't you think your impatience is a huge, again, I always say this, like the mindset piece, which impatience is a piece of it. Is how do I manage my emotions? But, do you not think that your impatience, what are you going to do? Do you not think it's affecting you? I know you do. So what are you going to do to manage it? Because what if you don't manage it? How are you going to be impatient and succeed? I just don't know. I don't know. So Eric, I appreciate you bringing that up and talking about it, and facing it. We can't ignore the impatience. Oh no, I'll be fine. Come on, I'm just going to do it. No, we pull it out and say, hey, impatience. Hey, you little motherfucker. I hear what you're saying, but we can't do it your way. There's a natural thing. It's like, because it's going to stop you from doing things. Oh, I can't plant a garden. I can't wait for the fruit. I want to plant the seeds and pick the fruit the next day. I can't. So I'm not planting a garden. That's what you're going to do with the weight. Have that conversation with yourself. Okay, impatience, you win. You're so impatient, I'm never going to do it because I can't wait for the results. And then sit with that. And then come back and say, all right, fine. I got to be a little more patient. This process takes longer than I ever imagined it was. I'm going to start thinking in a year-long time frame instead of a fucking week. Because I don't want to just lose weight. I want to live at my goal weight for the rest of my life. Oh, wait a second. For the rest of my life, this means that I'm going to be thinking about my weight for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be able to live at my goal weight for the rest of my life. That's what I want. Wait, what am I impatient for again? I'm going to be at my weight for the rest of my life. So why is there a rush to get there right away? Wait a sec. Hold on. I've been impatient for 20 years with my weight, and I've been overweight the whole time. I'm so impatient, but I've been overweight for 20 years. It's been 20 years, and I'm so impatient. I wonder if the impatience is keeping me overweight. Does anyone ever have those thoughts? Am I the only one? I don't know. I have them. What's up, user 123? What's up, Nihilism? The same thing. This is crazy. You're so right. Thank you. I like to point out the obvious, right? That's my job. Because you're all hypnotized. Don't take it wrong. You know what I mean? You're hypnotized by the diet industry, and you don't realize it. And then you go and ask me. You dare ask me, Jim, is hypnosis real? Could I really be hypnotized? Motherfucker, you're so hypnotized, you can't even stop being impatient. You can't keep going if you don't lose 5 pounds in a week. You tell me, because that makes no logical sense. That makes no fucking sense. And yet here you are 30 years into trying to lose weight, so impatient. So you tell me how you still feel that way. You still believe that shit, because it makes no logical sense. Because you're hypnotized. Ugh. What's up, Joan? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Have you ever done the TED Talk? You would so rock it. Oh, the TED Talk. I don't know someday, but I'll tell you, if I do a TED Talk, I love TED Talks. I used to love TED Talks, and now it's like a TED Talk. It's like TED Talk, the TED Talk. You know what I mean? It's like every TED Talk is like the same. It's a different like specifics, but it's right. It's always the same thing. I don't know. It'd be funny to do though. I'm sure maybe I'd do it. Let's see here. Jody's, I love the fired up gym. I know. I realize I get all worked up. Is that the AI bakery? Do I ask this every time? Is it the Al bakery? The AI bakery? An AI bakery? Would that be good? Maybe. Binging advice. Yes, binging advice, you know, the kind of boilerplate answer I like to give as a starting point is to figure out why you're binging. So don't just try stopping binging, but start to understand it. Why do you binge? Sometimes you binge because you're too hungry. Sometimes you binge because you're too emotional. Sometimes you just binge out of habit. And sometimes it's a combination of those. So start to understand. And the way you do this is think about the last time you binged, go right before, 5 minutes before you started binging, where were you at hunger-wise, emotionally, habitually? What was going on? Start to dissect and become aware of what leads to the binge. Binges don't just happen. There's a recipe. There's a subconscious recipe running that leads to the binge. And so the more you can understand that, the more you can resolve it. Because say you're over-restricting, getting yourself too hungry, and then you're binging. Okay? Well, that solution is going to be different than if you ate enough, but then you got real emotional, you got real depressed and sad, and then you started binging. You see? So we need to know what's going on there before we can figure out the solution, right? So seek to understand it first, and then that'll really help you, I think, move pretty far with it. Yeah, what's up, Mandy? How's it going? Oh, yeah. So Mandy, I'll go to answer this real quick if you're still here. The book that book, I know you saw the Thrive thing. I don't send those books out anymore. I used to send those out. I'll show you one real quick. Of course, I get the one with the broken cover on it. I used to put these together. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to try to make you feel bad now, but because these are cool, but then it was a pain in the ass getting them all sent out. But I used to have like these. Again, this is all messed up. Look how nice this is, right? I used to send these out every month to the Thrive program members. Isn't that cool? Should I bring it back? It was pretty cool. You know, we had like, this was part of the Thrive thing. So I would send this out. You get this every month. And then it would have like a monthly focus that you started with. What would be the best part of living your goal? Where you kind of get refocused every month. And then look at that. It even had the literal days on it. Each day was broken down, you know, because I'd send it, I was like literally for that month, a little quote. And then you had your habit tracker if you did it. You had your little food tracker, kind of vague one, you know, but you could kind of see. I show you that there. Yeah. But then it's a pain in the ass to send them out. But I don't know. Is this something? So every day you had one of these. And then I believe at the end of the month, there was some questions too. Yeah, there was. They're there. And that was the end of the month. You get to the end and you kind of reflect on the month. So yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? These look neat. So yeah, I stopped doing this. Was like years ago. So I know you somehow got into some communication that said you were getting those every week or every month, but I stopped doing those. They were good, but I don't know. I was always, I'm always a love-hate relationship with kind of planners and trackers. They're good when you're doing them, and then you make you feel guilty and shitty when you're not doing them. So it's one of those things. I don't know. But that's what you saw. So you're not missing anything in the program. I don't know, somewhere along the way you saw that. I haven't deleted that. Wherever you saw that, I haven't deleted it. But that's no longer there. But on the flip side, the Thrive program is taking a big jump. I made the decision how I'm going to set this up. Thrive calls are going to be on Mondays at 3 p.m. That's when I decided. The Tuesday thing, I can't do 2 calls in a row. And so Monday at 3 p.m. will be the Thrive calls. And you will get access to those. And those are going to be awesome because those are like the new lessons I'm doing, kind of deep dive stuff. So you're going to love those. So anyways, if you have any other questions about that, Mandy, let me know. Mandy says, I've been really struggling. So I emailed you. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, you were struggling. All right. I didn't know that part. I thought you were just asking about the planner. Well, get on a call, Mandy. Get on a call. Get on like the Wednesday calls are probably for you one of the best ones. But even the Tuesday, Thursday ones are great as well. Benny, Amina, Jim, we need you in our kitchen for sure, right? What's up, Astrid? In a gym, I want to master my weight. Yeah, of course, right? Then go back to the old ways. Right? How much are your programs? The program, basically, there's it's $297 for the program. And that's 8 weeks. It's tremendous. I mean, first of all, if it was just the hypnosis sessions, the best hypnosis program you'll ever see. There's almost 100 sessions total. I don't mean that to overwhelm you. The 8 weeks, it's every day you get a 5-minute hypnosis session in the morning, and every week you get a 10-minute sleep hypnosis session and they all have core weight loss mantras in them. So it's one of the best ways to really develop a thin and healthy mindset. But then I show you the weight mastery blueprints, and you learn the program yourself thin technique, which allows you to program yourself. So all that you get for $297. And then if there's room in the group coaching program where you can work directly with me twice a week for 8 weeks, that is it's $1,000 total when there's room for it. So those are the prices right now, those programs. Yeah, man, he said, PYT guys is what saved my life. It's absolutely unreal. I tried it all and more. Also, Jim. It's funny, Mandy. I was thinking of you the other day because someone was asking me, they're like, tell me why I shouldn't do Slimming World again. And I was thinking of you. On fire today. I was on fire. I'm kind of calmed down again. I got all worked up and then I hopefully calm down. When will you send out the link to the Thrive program? I'm going to send it out this weekend. I was really kind of stuck on when I wanted to do the call. That was the big sticking point. And now, for me personally, I would say the biggest challenge in my business life is figuring out what to do. Like how do I want to structure things? How I want to do things? It's like, I love doing the coaching. I love like doing the stuff that I do. It's the deciding what I'm going to do is like kryptonite to me. So even like deciding when I'm going to do the class is like kind of held me up for like a couple months. And so I almost did it. Like I was like, oh, I'll do it Tuesday right after the other one. It's like, it just didn't feel right. I'm a big gut. You know what I mean? Like I trust my gut a lot. And so Tuesday came and I was like, I'm going to do it one night after. And I was like, oh God, no, I'm not. And so, yeah, Monday's the right call. So, and that's perfect. So for any of you people that have been in Program Yourself Thin, I'm going to give you a free, I'll let you get into some of those classes for a few weeks. You can kind of test it out, see what the lessons are like. Come check it out. And then if you want to do it, I'll give you a special deal on that as well. And the Thrive program's kick ass anyways. And then if you want to do the coaching with it, you'll have that option right now. And then if you just want to do the class piece of it, it'll be quite a bit cheaper. You'll get that. So I'll send you all that information. And if you're in Program Yourself Thin right now too, I'll just give you access to it while you're in Program Yourself Thin. That'll be included. You'll get that. So yeah, I'll send that to you. What's everyone saying here? Sorry, Instagram. I missed some of got a little caught up with that. Music Girl says, if I stopped eating donuts and M&Ms, I'd lose the 85 pounds again. Holy shit. You must be eating a lot of donuts and M&Ms. That's a lot of donuts and M&Ms. Musical Girl, I know you. I don't know why. I don't know. You're not in the program. I don't understand it. I don't understand. You're the person that should be. You're that type of person that's, you strike me as that type of person that would do well in the program. So anyways, Lou 5700. I'm 2 days into your program and already feeling calmer, more able to make better choices. Thank you. I'm feeling hopeful. That's super. Good job, Lou. Yeah. Being calm and peaceful, folks. That's the foundation you want to build on. Now you tell me, how do you feel the first couple of days of your diet? How do you feel 2 days into your diet? Do you feel calm and peaceful? Yeah. Do you? How do you feel a week into your diet? Do you feel calm and peaceful? Or do you feel like shit? You feel frustrated, annoyed, deprived, bored, tired? Big difference. Good job, Lou. Good job. Oligarch says we live in a world of instant gratification. I have to constantly remind myself to have patience. Me too. I created a whole program called Instant Patience. That's a good program. I got to tell you, that's what I should just give you guys. Maybe I'll make that. I'll write myself a little note. Instant Patience might be a good one. Just give you guys with Program Yourself Then, and I will do that. I'm going to add that, right? Because patience is so important. I'm going to give you that. If I forget, remind me, Jody, if you're still here. It takes me about 3 weeks between I say something when I do it. But remind me of that, because it's easy for me to give. I got to still give you instant confidence too. Anyways. Bring it back, please. You like that? Yeah. You know how I am with planners? I love them. Oh, they're such a pain in the ass, though. They really were. Like every month I had to get them, and then I don't know. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Maybe I'll make a virtual one. Maybe I would do that. But how would a virtual one be? They're so nice, though, aren't they? I used to love getting them. They're beautiful. It doesn't matter. So I put something on it, so I kind of made a weird thing with it. That looked nice. That was one of the coolest things. It was fun getting those every month. Yeah, is there any chance of me restarting the Thrive? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and I think you did say that in the email. Like I said, I'm a little bit backed up. I will, man, I've run out of sticky notes. When I lose sticky notes, my whole world comes to a crashing halt. So then I have to write shit on papers, and I have to start and circle it 50 times. Mandy Thrive restart. I will redo that for you, Mandy. All right. Yeah, maybe an electronic version of the Thrive. Yeah, that'd be cool, right? I could do that because that's what it was originally, right? Originally, it was a document, and then I had to get it printed up. Put it on your Mac sticky notes. Oh, that's a good idea. But I know. But then if I don't see it every single day, oh, definitely virtual. Yeah, okay, or on an app. Okay, you know what? I could do that because you might, and you know, that would be nice because then you can decide if you want to do it or not. And I always make that point to people, right? You always hear me say, there's no right or wrong. There's only what works for you. And so the planners and the trackers, like I said, I'm so like, it's great when you're doing it. And then it's like that thing that makes you feel extra shitty as soon as you're not doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm always going to balance that. You know, that's a delicate thing that you got to manage for sure. What's up, Jano? This is pure gold. Thank God, someone who makes sense. So glad I found you. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. And again, I try to keep one foot firmly planted in my humbleness. But the other hand, I hear what you're saying. I'm the only one, I feel like I'm one of the very few people on the planet making sense about weight. You know, it's so much bullshit on top of bullshit that, you know, it's hard to find your way, you know. That's why I do this. Nihilism says gluten makes me binge every time I eat any kind of bread or pastry or pasta. I have a binge episode after. See, that's great to know. Again, it's about understanding ourselves. It's about understanding the triggers, you know, that kind of overwhelm us, and then working with them, you know. So that's great that you realize that, you know. So then we go into the strategy of how to avoid gluten, and then you start to notice the strategies that cause you to eat gluten. You know, we keep working, we keep dissecting it. People don't do this with dieting because with dieting, it's an all or nothing approach, right? So you're learning nothing. That's the most depressing part of dieting to me. This is literally why I do this for free. This is right. If you want to know why, because I literally do care for you all. I do want you to live as long as you can. So I do think of this as life and death. That's first and foremost. But the second thing that's almost just as important to me is just the quality of life while you're alive. And I know you think about weight loss all day long. I know you have tried really hard different things to do this. I know you have. The thing that makes me fucking nuts is that you've put all this work and effort and time and money into it, but you haven't gotten any further. So you have done the diets or whatever thing you're doing 100% while you're doing it. And then when you're not doing it, it's like it never existed. And that's the all or nothing thing. So if we all or something, we recognize this. And sometimes you're going to go into your thing and do it perfectly. Great. Because you're learning and program yourself thin. You're learning all sorts of stuff when you're doing things really, really good. And you're learning things when you're doing things bad. You're always learning and growing and evolving. And that method really starts to reveal itself after a couple months, after a couple years, because you keep getting better. This is the part. No one has this paradigm when it comes to weight loss. Weight loss, you know, again, if you understand fixed growth mindset, if you ever learned about fixed growth mindset, if you don't, you really should. But basically a fixed mindset is someone who thinks they just are what they are. You know, this is it. I am what I am. And growth mindset is, well, I am what I am right now, but if I focus on this and practice and get better, I will get better. You know, I can improve. And this is the kind of initial mindset distinction you got to recognize. Most dieters are fixed growth or are fixed mindset people because they're like, well, I have this amount of willpower. This is the plan. Let me just do it. And I think that's the worst mindset to have with weight loss because it's bullshit. You're not who you are. You don't fucking know anything about how to master your weight. You literally have never learned how to influence your mindset. You've never learned how to create a lifestyle that supports your goal weight. You've never learned how to structure your eating in a way that really works for you. You've never learned these things, never once in all your years of trying to lose weight. So you are making the mistake of thinking there's something wrong with me, when in reality, the problem is your fucking plan. It's total horseshit. You're not learning anything. And you know this because here you are 10, 20, 30 years later, and you still know just as little about weight mastery as when you first started your first diet. Nothing, really. You have some vague ideas of what to do, but you really have very little granular understanding of how to do it. And that's the difference. Once you learn those things, it changes everything. And what happens is you start to keep getting consistently better, more and more and better and better and better and better and better and better. Your skills improve, your abilities improve, your strategies improve, your mindset improves. Everything improves. So that you look back and you're like, oh, a year went by. Holy shit. Look how much I've transformed. That's the path, you know? Erica says, could you just make Thrive booklet templates available online for people to download on their own? I can do that. And that'd be cool. It's easy to make them. It's the printing of, really, even that's not that. It's even mailing. I can mail them out. I don't know. I guess maybe I'll consider that I'll definitely put it up as a digital one though. I can definitely do that. So that's cool. Yeah. Cause like I said, I'm kicking off the Thrive program next week. And so, yeah, maybe I'll dust off the old planner and see how easy it is to get that going. And maybe I'll include that as well. So that'll be cool. Yeah, Mandy said, oh, I'm excited for some Mondays. Yeah. And the Monday will be a class. So it's not like a coaching call, but you can still ask me stuff and I'm still there for you. So that'll be really cool. And I know for a lot of people in PYT that, that'll be really good for you all. What's up, Paula? Can you reset the program for me, please? Yes. All right, Paula. And he says, if I restart Thrive, I'll definitely smash it as I kept being in and out. Whereas the way I'm all in. Yeah, I get that, Mandy. And again, like you said, you've been going through a stressful time. I usually tell people not to restart, but I get it. Sometimes it's the right thing to do. And I think this is the right thing for you to do. So I'll definitely get that going for you. Connie says, I've been using my 2-pound tracker all along because I love tracking and it works for me. Would rather use something PYT Focus though. Oh yeah, Connie, you'll love it then. Again, and this is what I mean. Some people love tracking. I'm not really, although that's not true. I used to do my own tracker. It was like, I always thought it was like an intuitive tracker, but maybe it wasn't. I didn't like track calories to the thing, but I used to track like 10, 12 things. I remember I had like this little notebook, like I showed you now, but I used to have these little pictures I would draw for each different thing, but I would track like how much sleep I got, how much water I drank, how much fruit, vegetables I ate, all this different stuff. And so I enjoyed that. And it was helpful. It is, the more you focus on something when you're in that mode, great. The beauty of program yourself then is, there's that opportunity to be all, like when you're really just, I want to do everything perfect. I want to do it. Great. Okay. But then there's a safety net, as someone put it. I love that description. They're like, program yourself that I feel like I have a safety net under me now. And I was like, oh, that's the coolest way to think about it. Because that is what it feels like. That's the something thing. And the something net protects you from falling all the way to the nothing stage. And that is a game changer, because the truth is, for most of us, we spend a lot more of our time not being all. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? Like, it's very difficult to be 100%, focused and motivated, and we got the time and the energy and we feel great and life's working with us and all that. That's hard for most of us. So we really need more of that gray area solutions, how to stay on track when we're not 100%. What's up, Deanna? I think there's so much content online already, but that's just me. Yeah, I don't think I would use it. I'm still trying to get through the website. Yeah, I get that, Deanna. Exactly. I think I'll put it there and you can look at it if you want to use it. Cool. And if not, that's cool too. I think that's the great answer. But I think you're right, Deanna. I know, because I used to send this out and I know some people loved it and some people felt overwhelmed with it. It was one more thing that would cause them to feel negative. So again, it's different people. And so I think if it's digital, people can make their own decision. Because you certainly don't need that, you know what I mean, as well. So I always make that clear. Nihilism, why is it hard to do the things that are good for us and easy to do the opposite? That's a complicated question. I mean, part of it is biological. Sugar, calories, we're wired to eat the shit out of them. Our brain is a brain that evolved in a food scarce environment. So our brain and our body are wired to get us to eat as much as we can, because our brain and body think we're living in a food scarce environment where we might have enough food. We might die because we don't have enough calories. That was like our main thing. So we still have the same brain and body, but now we're in a food abundant environment. And not only is it food abundant, but it's hyper palatable food abundant. And so it's addictive, really addictive ass food, concentrated forms of food. So again, it's the, people have been chewing on coca leaves for thousands of years. They're not cocaine addicts. Cocaine is a much harder thing because it's concentrated down to a real powerful form. So that's what's happened with the food. We've gone from fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, natural foods, to hyper palatable foods that overwhelm our body and our senses, and we eat the shit out of them. So that's a big part of it. And, there's other pieces to that, but it's a whole thing. Musical Girl says, still trying to sign up. What do you mean you're still trying to sign up? What's that mean? You're having trouble signing up? Shoot me a message. I'll get you in there. Lolly says, where can we find that? My program, if you ever want to go straight to the program, you go to programyourselfthin.com. But what I would suggest, and you can do this now, is I would suggest going to my bio, clicking the link, get the hypnosis session I give you for free, and watch the video first. I make you a video that kind of overview of everything I'm talking about. It's 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And I think that'll give you a better idea to see if this is even the program for you. I'm not here trying to sell this program. To be honest, I'm just trying to not sell it. It ain't for most people. It's not really for most people. It's for overthinkers. It's for people that kind of feel they're perfectionists, people that, are people that take action and are successful in other areas of their lives, but are struggling with the weight. That's really who this program seems to do best with. And so, it's even at the point where I might not even sell it on my website. I might make you have to watch the video. I don't know. But anyways, you can still get it there if you want. Programyourselfthin.com. You can check it out if you choose to. Let's see. Yeah, Esther, I'm glad you chose the Monday on 3. Yeah, Monday at 3 is perfect. I don't know. I was being stupid. I'm like, I don't want to. But Monday's perfect. And Monday is good too, because it's nice to start on a Monday, kind of kick the week off. So that's a great time for the Thrive. And you'll all still be able to go on, you'll still all be able to get on that Tuesday call too, if you choose to, which is exciting. I'm telling you, I know I'm teasing this, but the new PYT technique training, I'm real excited about. Can't wait for you all to see it. And let me know what you think, because you all were kind of helpful in getting to this level of it, this version of it. So I'm excited for y'all to see it. Benny Amina says, Monday at 3 p.m. What time will it be in Abu Dhabi? I don't know. Abu Dhabi, what would you say? Maybe it's a 6 hour. Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So I'm Boston time, New York time. So you can look that up and find out. Manny says, yes, I'd love a virtual one. I can download it and print it off. Yeah, that's a good idea. It'll be a 30-page print off, but so what, right? Virtual would be great. Okay, everyone likes the virtual. Yeah, I will do that then. I can do that. Thank you. How does it work then in terms of restarting the Thrive? This is what overwhelmed me. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, don't be overwhelmed, Mandy. I'll just restart the lessons. That's all. And I'll restart the hypnosis sessions. That's another thing coming in the Thrive thing. Maybe this week, maybe a couple of weeks. I don't know. We'll see. But my next goal is I want to start making new daily hypnosis sessions for you all. So people that join the Thrive program, just the regular one, will get, those weekly classes. You get monthly lessons, which are awesome. You get access to PYT Club, and I'm going to get hypnosis sessions to some degree. So I'll see where those end up going. So anyways, yeah, Success Planner is pretty good, I think. So much. Yep. Yeah. Okay, Mandy. Yeah. So you live by trackers and journals. So this is perfect for you. So yeah, I'm glad I showed you all this. It's been 2019, right? So, oh my God, it's been 5 years since I was printing these out. I've been doing this for a long time too. I forgot. I mean, it's so funny. I remember doing that one. It was like, I'd already been doing this stuff for a long time, but that's a cool Success Planner. I kind of forgot about it. Joan says, my first diet was when I was 12 years old and now I'm 76. I know what you're teaching is what has been missing for 64 years. Yeah, Joan, right? And yeah, you said that, like, I love what you're saying yesterday, Joan, that you're kind of just like, you're just kind of in the peace of it all. I love that. That's the first thing with Program Yourself Thin. I always make this point just as a counterpoint to your diet, right? And because it's like, oh, why aren't you losing weight, right? It's not rocket science, because you don't want to, you keep putting off starting your diet. But why do you do that? It's because you don't want to do your diet. You don't like your diet. It sucks. And no shit. It's like jumping into whatever diet you want to do. It's like, you don't want to do that Monday. Maybe you'll force yourself to do it this coming Monday. Maybe you won't. But regardless, you don't want to do it. No one wants to do their diet. That's the problem. So Program Yourself Thin, you start by listening to a 5-minute hypnosis session. That's what you got to do tomorrow. That's how you start your new diet on Program Yourself Thin. You sit down and you relax. Oh, take a deep breath. You calm yourself down. You center. You let go of the world. You tune it all out for a minute. You relax. You bring your attention, energy inwards. You start hearing all this positive stuff in your head. You disconnect from the world, from the stress, from the bullshit, and you hear positive things. Each session has a main mantra. So it's all built around one mantra. And then you wake up and you say, oh, I feel nice. Now you go about your day. You're already calm and grounded, and you got this mantra kind of rattling around in your head. And then after a couple of days, the mantras all start rattling around your head. Oh shit. Now I'm thinking like a thin, healthy person. This is weird. I start to feel more relaxed and calm. Yeah, we do the eating piece too, but wouldn't that be a better foundation for you? How do you start your first day of your diet? Oh, no carbs. Oh, you telling me? Are you shitting me? Are you telling me your life's not stressful enough already? Really? Is your life not stressful enough already? So what are you going to do to lose weight? Make it more stressful? Does starting a keto plan relax and calm you down, make you feel more peaceful? Does not eating for 16 hours, does that make you more peaceful? Does that fill you with calm? Does that fill you with relaxation and peacefulness? Does tracking your calories starting tomorrow and cutting it down to 1,200 calories, right? Don't you think that matters? Do you think that matters at all? Maybe it doesn't. The patience is hard, but so important. Absolutely. Right. Yeah, give us patience. I will. I'll tell you that session. I always joke. It's a funny story with that program to me. I made this instant patience program, and I was doing one of the hypnosis sessions for it, and I was recording it, and then I was doing it like a Friday night, like in the afternoon, and then that night my wife and I were going out with another couple, and we went to this restaurant, and we were sitting at the table for legit like a half hour, and like no one came over, and it was so funny because everyone was kind of getting. And I was kind of in the patience, because I had just been recording these sessions. So it was funny. They work, hypnosis is wonderful to feel emotions. Absolutely wonderful, especially when it's emotions like relaxation, calm, peacefulness, those things especially. But yeah, I'll get that for you. Do I have it? Okay, I got it. I'll put even one more star next to it. I got to get my sticky notes. Yeah, it'll be sent out as a download in the Thrive program. Yeah, you know what I'll do, Andy, and everyone in the Thrive program that's already in there is I will make like another menu item. It'll say like the planner, and it'll be there. So yeah, should be pretty easy to do it. I'm absolutely smashing it. I love it. I'm kind of worked up today. I don't know. It's Friday. I was feeling good. I don't know. It was feeling good. Jody says, how about the prompts and we can get our own book? Yeah, that's a good idea. I have way too much paper. Yeah, I get that. Well, you know what I'll do is I'll make it virtual, and then you can all just look at it virtually if you don't want to print paper. I'm like that. I print 30 pages of first of all, printers suck. And so it's like, I always have I have this low key anxiety about my printer that's not going to work because it doesn't work 60-70% of the time. That thing doesn't work when I want it to. And then something's wrong with it. I got to fix it. So I got like anxiety with that thing. So I don't like printing paper anyways, but yeah, it'll be virtual. Oh, thank you, Deanna. He really is the only person out here talking plain language, simple, no BS concepts. Thank you. Even it's funny. Someone was talking about, because I was like, oh, what's another mindset program? Someone bring up the 2B mindset, and I've kind of checked it out a little bit. It's fine, you know what I mean? It's fine stuff for sure, but it's kind of like baby food. I mean, it's not like it's bad stuff, but like someone told me that like it's kind of like they're just telling you what to do again, and it's at least different. It's not just what to eat. It is mindset based, but once again, being told what to do, eating wise, lifestyle wise, mindset wise, just being told what to do is not being able to do it. They're two different things. And so program yourself thin. I'm not only telling you what to do to some degree, but I think of it more as like I'm showing you how to get yourself to do it. And I think that's the missing piece. And that's directly out of NLP. I learned that. I still remember to this day. It was 30 years ago now. And I remember reading the NLP book where he was making the distinction that people can tell you what to do, but them showing you how to get yourself to do it is the real secret. And that really made me realize that most of the time, especially with the weight loss world, you're just being told what to do and no one's helping you to actually get yourself to do it. And that's the secret, to really get the results you want. So yeah. What's up, Vicky? Learning to master my weight each day for the rest of my life. Oh, that's a great attitude. See, that's a great attitude. How can you go wrong with that attitude? Because, oh, you're just deluding yourself. What? That's crazy. That's a great goal and great job, Vicky. A youthful glow. Been going to Weight Watchers for 30 years and still doing the same thing over and over. Again, I don't blame you because there's not a lot of good options out there, right? I mean, if you ask 1,000 Americans how to lose weight, you're going to hear diet, you're going to hear surgery, and you're going to hear pills. That's pretty much it. You're going to hear mindset. There's not even a mindset program out there. Not really. And so, again, I never blame anyone who's doing keto for the 50,000th time, doing Weight Watchers for the 31st year. I don't blame any of you because there's just it's a desert out there of real solutions. And yeah, but what I urge you to do is do something different. If you start making it an absolute for you, if something doesn't work, you're going to do something different. If you just internalize that and bought into that, that alone is such a game changer, real important. How do you stop blaming yourself for your husband's illness? When I lost loads of weight, my husband became seriously ill and I'm frightened to lose it again in case in case I'll help. Wait a second. And I'm afraid to lose it again in case he comes, I'll help me. Not sure what that means, but I got the first part. Okay. So, and what you said is really common. And if you don't know hypnosis, you would really be struggling with this because a lot of times we think of our weight logically, but in reality, what's driving your emotion, your weight is a lot of your emotions, a lot of the emotional associations you've got going on. And so our subconscious mind is very Pavlovian. It just links things together. Pavlov's dogs in and of itself, you can do that same experiment with humans and it works. And the funny thing with a human is they can know, oh, I'm not going to salivate just because you ring a bell. Oh, yes, you will. And so you can know it's stupid and still salivate. That's the power of hypnosis. It doesn't matter what you know logically. It's what you feel on a subconscious level. And as a dieter, you all have been literally, how about this one? You literally been conditioned to associate pain with weight loss. What irony of ironies. You associate pain to weight loss. When you think about losing weight, you think about diets and pain and deprivation and boredom and all that. And so the associations we have drive so much of our behavior, and a lot of times they're illogical. And so for you, Fiona, because you've linked together somewhere there, you've linked together your husband getting really sick and you losing weight. And this is not uncommon. I've seen a number of people, a lot of times it shows up as you start losing weight and now it triggers this stress response. And well, why? Oh, because my grandmother got sick and she lost a bunch of weight. You link that together. This person got really sick and they lost a bunch of weight. So weight loss equals sick, on a subconscious level. And so you start losing weight and you start thinking, oh, what if I get sick? So again, these subconscious associations have a huge impact on your weight and your behavior. So it's hard. I wish I could just give you a simple answer. What I would suggest again is go to my bio, listen to the hypnosis session, because that changes the motivation. Because what I would want to do if I were you, I'd want to reframe this. I want to go right at that and start to reframe it as me at my goal weight is going to be better for my husband. Me in my healthiest body, feeling my best. That's how I can best help my husband, regardless of where his health's at. I would want to start reinforcing that belief and message, there's Vicky. Even as a lifetime Weight Watchers at goal need PYT to master weight and change diet mentality. Yeah, that is very interesting talking to you, Vicky, because Vicky is a lifetime Weight Watchers and successful. You know what I mean? Like has successfully hovering right around her goal weight. Again, still a little bit above where it wants to be. But again, the point being that Weight Watchers is one of those situations where it started out really good. Very, the woman who started that was legit and it got co-opted, it was literally bought by Heinz. Why would Heinz buy a Weight Watcher? Why would Heinz buy a diet program? Folks, why do we think? Do you think Heinz, the corporation, wants you to eat less food? Do you think that? Do you think Heinz wants you to lose weight and not eat so much of their food so that you can do it? Does anyone think that? Or do you think maybe they bought it so they could sell their shitty frozen meals in the back of freezers when they had their Weight Watchers meetings were over? Yeah, Bianamina says the key is less sugar and more fun. Agreed. That's a good start to it. He's a girl totally addicted to refined sugar. Yeah, refined sugar is a tough one. It can be pretty addictive. Dan says, so refreshing how you have such a passion for helping as many as possible and don't try to just sell stuff we don't need. Yeah, I won't sell you shit you don't need. I just don't believe in a lot of this stuff. Like I said, I'm open to being wrong, but I just think it makes me nervous to think of like even supplements. I don't want to take like one little vitamin. I want all the vitamins, so it's like, and I want them in their natural form because I think science might be missing stuff. I think that you can isolate down one vitamin, but I'd rather eat a whole giant salad. And so I think that works better. Yeah, Jody says, "So excited for new hypnosis sessions." I know. I was just literally recording a session right before I got on here, and I'm like, man, I haven't really been doing as many as I usually do. So yeah, I want to get those going back because I know you'll love them. My main thing with the hypnosis sessions, honestly, that one is just figuring out how I would distribute them. So I have to think about that, but I have an idea. So I'll get back to that, Jody. But I know everyone's sessions because those are fun to listen to and they keep going. And so that's kind of next on my list there. I really want to get that going. Deanna says, I have some favorite daily and evening sessions that I like to replay when I feel like I need that message. Yeah, that's how it is too, right? I mean, listen, you go through the program, there's 57 daily hypnosis sessions. Each one is different. And then you get the 8 sleep hypnosis sessions, and each one has a different weight loss mantra in it. And, so if you get 57 mantras, some are going to resonate really deeply and some are going to be like, I don't really like that. That's how it goes. So yeah, you pick the ones you like and you really reinforce that message because you like it because it resonated with you. So we want to build on what resonated with you, Neelism says, I'm so sad that I have to leave now. Thank you for all your insight. No, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, says, yes, instead of just telling us what we should do, it's helping us figure out what we can and want to do and how to do it. Yeah, exactly. And that's the secret. That's the secret that I think most weight loss plans are really missing, is that they're really built around just telling you what to do. And most people are fine with that. Most people evaluate a weight loss plan strictly and solely on how fast you'll lose weight. Let's be honest, right? All you care about, the only metric you're using to evaluate your weight loss plan is how quickly you'll lose the weight. And I think that's the shittiest metric because you can pretty much correlate how fast you lose weight. Because again, the fastest way to lose weight requires the most extreme method. There's no avoiding that. And so the most extreme method is the least sustainable. So it's, or is that not true? I don't know. Nope. Then let's go dancing. Yeah, dancing, right? Make you feel better. Dancing's a great one. Again, that's why I make a distinction. I don't think I don't prevent or discourage people from exercising, but I don't really encourage it either. What I like to use instead is becoming more active, moving more. And I think moving in ways that mean something like dancing, martial arts, playing some sport. I think when you give your movement more meaning, you're more likely to do it longer. So I think dancing's a good one. Ashley says on TikTok, you can download your live session or hypnosis session. I know, but I think the thing I'm kind of thinking about is like in my mind, what I would love to do is to put together like a year of hypnosis sessions. So, like in the program, you get the 8 weeks of them. It's like, I want to do that for a year. But then if I do it for a year, that is 12 months. I mean, it's only 6 times more, which doesn't seem like that a lot, but it's a lot of pages, a lot of files, a lot of emails. So I'm trying to think of like the most optimal way to do it. So that's kind of my main sticking point with that thing right now. Recording them's easy. I can record sessions, like that I can do in my sleep, but it's the delivering them. So I have to think about that a little bit, but I have some ideas. I got to take a step back. I know I'm kind of in the box right now. I got to take a step out of the box and kind of look at it from a different angle and come out with something easy. I'm wheezing here. Yeah. So, all right. Got to get out of here. I wasn't even planning on going this long today, but you guys, great today. Thank you so much. And it's cool. We're getting more and more people on Instagram, which is good. Because go check me out on Instagram, at least as a backup, because I don't know how long I'll be on TikTok, because I don't know how long TikTok will be around. So it would be a shame if you, never were able to get on these lives because TikTok closed down. So, anyways, I live stream simultaneously to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, as well. So you can always watch me there. Yeah, they said you have so many things to do on your to-do list. Keep your nervous system in check. That's a good point. I keep it pretty good in check, I would say. I keep a pretty good work-life balance, and it's only getting better. And because I said, like, I really am hitting a new phase of my whole business where a lot of figuring out how I want to do things has kind of settled down, and now it's just doing them. I was kind of executing, and my favorite stage of all is optimizing, when everything's kind of set, and now I just get to optimize everything. So I'm kind of like that far away from it, it feels like, and that's exciting for me. But I do seek to keep my nervous system in check. So I appreciate you reminding me of that too, though. You can't hear that enough. Yeah. So my voice is going now. Yeah. Have a nice weekend, Astrid, for sure. Yeah. And thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Happy Friday, everyone. Have a super duper weekend and enjoy yourselves. And yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you can listen to me on the podcast is Program Yourself Thin. You can hear it on all the podcast platforms. If you're not part of my world, go to my bio, click the link at the hypnosis session, watch the video, read the emails, go check that out. If you're really serious, go join the program. Got a bunch of people joining. That's fun. If you're really, really serious, come work with me in the group. We got an awesome group right now too, as well. So thank you so much, everyone. I really, really appreciate it. Have a super weekend and we'll talk soon. Bye.